All right, can you hear me? Let's do a little test, see if the mic's working. I think the mic's working. So today we're going to finish up the two beats that I wasn't able to mix last night because the trackouts didn't get rendered outright in the MPC live. So we're gonna finish up these two last beats. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more beats. You can go to wegotbeats.com if you need beats. Let's get started. So we're gonna go to the first beat, this one, and we're gonna drag them in. And this time I know what BPM this is. Let's see, 158. And let's just put all these in and figure out what I want to well, first we're gonna name all the patterns, and then we're going to figure out you know, what the arrangement's going to be on this beat. So let's take a listen. So this is going to be the hook, and then we got our verse parts right here, and now we're going to color code and name the drums. I like to make them a light blue right now. So that's our kick, and this is our snare. And we're just going to get a little rough outline of what the sequence is going to be. So let's move this over. We'll start with the hook. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to come in with the drums first. Let's listen to this. So we got the basic outline. Now what we're going to do is we're going to organize the tracks and put them in the mixer. And it's a very simple beat. We just have the sample, the kick, and the snare. And I do make all my own samples now. So, you know, I don't have to worry about the copyright ding or anything like that. I get to keep all the, you know, royalties and stuff from my own music. So like I've said in previous streams, I like to make the sample be negative 12 dB before I add compression, EQ. Just have it nice and low in the mix so that we can bring it up later. So let's listen to this. Yeah, that should be good. And then I'm gonna bring my kick up to negative 6. It looks like we lost the screen capture again. Now we're going to load up the DBX compressor for the drums, put that in mono. Same with the snare. So I'm liking how that sounds. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to throw in a bass or if I want to use the bass from the sample. I'm going to try using the bass from the sample, and if that don't work, we'll put on our own bass line. So let's title this bass, choose a different color, and move this next to the sample. And we're just going to filter off with the parametric EQ everything above 100. And then I'm going to throw in our bass mono and choose my preset, and we're gonna link the sample to the bass, and let's hear what this sounds like. Yeah, this could work. Let me add some compression to that mono. So I'm liking how everything sounds right now, but we need to glue the drums and bass together. So we're going to add some parallel compression. And we're just going to title this Paracomp, choose red. And we're going to come to the Pewtech EQ. And this is just going to boost the low and the high end frequencies. And then we're going to choose the R compressor. And then we're going to link the bass, the kick, and the snare. We're going to route it to the parallel compression, and we're just going to tuck that in underneath and hear what we got. Yeah, I like how this sounds. Nice 12-bit quality. Now what I think I want to do is on this intro is I want to take the snare and bring that to a bar, and then we're going to take the sample and drop that out, and we're going to come over here and we're going to add reverb to this snare to just kind of bring it in. I really like doing that with my beats. We're going to highlight these two bars, and then we're going to come to our snare channel and choose the Fruity Reverb 2, and I already have a preset for this. And then we're going to mute that channel, right click, create automation clip, and then we're just going to put the automation points in here and listen to what we got. Nice. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Listen to it from the top. So I think we got a beat here. All we gotta do is sequence this out. We're gonna add 2 verses, 3 hooks, and an outro. So we're gonna come over here to the last part, get rid of this, and then select the last 8 bars, and then we're gonna right click on and make an automation clip on the master channel and fade it out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start processing the master channel. Add some EQ to just get rid of some of that. Get rid of some of that muddy flowing and some of those tops. Add the SSL compressor. I like that. So that's the beat. We're gonna come over here, and I think it's called I love it. So let's save the project. Hold on. 0426. Save the project, and then we're gonna come over here to export. We're gonna export the track outs. Come over here to April track outs. Name the day. This is the 21st of April. And then make a new folder. I love it. 0426 track outs. And then save. Make sure we have the split mixer tracks selected, and then start. And I can't stress enough, guys, how important it is to organize your beats. Because I've been making beats since 2003, and for probably the first 8 to 10 years, I never organized my beats, and I can't tell you the thousands of beats that I lost in that time because of hard drives failing and me not backing things up and me just, not organizing and taking care of the music I create. So you have to be a good steward of your music. I try to make everything based off year and then the month I made it and the day. So I keep my stuff really organized so that it's easy to find. I hope everyone's having a nice Tuesday. I know I am. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm always creating new music. If you like my beats, it'd be nice if you supported. And for personal reasons, I'm not selling beats right now, but you can go to wegotbeats.com and download these for free. It's not free for profit, because if I'm not making money, nobody else should make money either. So If you're cool with that, you can still download my beats for free on my website. Maybe one day soon I'll start selling beats again, but not right now. So the beat is rendered. Let's come over here to new and do the last beat of today. Save that. And then we're going to come back and choose Rage. This is the last beat for today. And the tempo is 180. So let's make it 180. And kind of organize this a little bit. And here's my kick and snare and hi-hat. And we're going to copy and paste this. And then we're going to listen to what I have and name and color code everything. Alright, so we got everything named and color coded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything in its proper mixer channel. We'll choose this and then put them in. Make sure all the samples are on the same channel. And then we're going to do some gain staging. And like I said before, we're trying to aim the sample at about negative 12 dB to give us some headroom. Yeah, that should be good. And then my kick is going to sit at about negative 6 dB. Yeah, right about there. Okay, so now we're going to add some EQ to the sample. If you want your drums knocking, you really need to get that DBX 160 compressor from Waves. It's a godsend with drums. With hip-hop drums, you can't beat it. Pan the hi-hat a little bit. Roll off some of this low end. Alright, now it's time for me to create a bass line. And, you know, just for shits and giggles, I mean, I have so many bass plugins and presets, I could choose anything I want. But just to troll everybody that's an FL user, I really like trying to use the boo bass first. So we're going to turn up the bass knob all the way up, the mid and treble all the way down. And then I'm going to come to my MIDI keyboard here, and I'm going to select the octave to really high. so I can hear the notes better. And then we're going to drop it down so that it sits low in the mix. So let's listen to this. So I think we got a good bass line here. Let's record. Notes and automation. Alright, so let's go over here to the pattern. We're going to quick quantize everything. Make sure it's lined up right. And then we're going to drag everything down, select it, D sharp. We're going to drag it down some more, I think, and listen to what we got. Alright, so we got that bass. Let's put it in the mixer and do some processing. It's a little too loud, so we're going to bring it down. Alright, we're going to apply some EQ, just trying to roll off some of that high end and duck the 100 hertz. And that reminds me, on the kick, I want to boost the 100 hertz on the kick so that it slaps in that area. And then we're going to come down to the R bass mono. And since this is already like really booming, I'm going to turn the intensity down to about 1.7 and listen to what we have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sub-align plug-in on here, and we're going to bring it about 105 hertz. And I think for this beat I want to add a side chain, color code that. I'm going to side chain the kick, the bass and the sample. We're going to put this route to this track only, and then come to the kick, choose the peak controller, and I'm going to choose my preset because I've done this so many times. And then we're going to come over here to link to controller, peak, and then inverted. So we got that. We need to glue the bass and the drums together, so we're going to add some parallel compression, color code that to red, and then come over here to the Pewtech EQ. And this is only boosting 100 hertz and 12,000 kilohertz. So, and then we're going to add the compressor, and this is just kind of limiting the drums and the bass. So we're going to come over here to the boot bass, link that, and then we're going to link the kick, snare, and hi-hat, and then we're going to duck it down. So let's listen to what we have. Yeah. Okay, so let's drag the bass out and hear what we have for the whole beat. And I think I want to make an adjustment to this bass. I want to drag this out and drag this out and listen to what we have. Yeah, I like that better. And I think at the end of this verse, I want to do like a at the end. So we're going to take this slice tool right here and then bring it right about here. So at the last two bars, we're going to slice them. And then we're going to take the snare right here and put that here and drop out the sample, drop out the bass, and with the hi-hat we're going to drop that out as well and listen to what we have. And we're going to get rid of that kick right there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get a basic sequence started. We're going to start it off with the intro and then the hook. And I think I want to start it with this. Let me hear this. Maybe this one instead. Yeah, that. And then what we want to do is we want to select this, make it the last part of the verse, and then we're going to copy and paste the first part of the verse, and we're going to put it on the 12th bar. Select that, and then we're going to copy and paste the verse, the hook in the verse, and then just like I did with the previous beat, we're going to select the last last bar of the verse and the first bar of the hook, and we're going to come to our snare, choose the fruity reverb 2, select my preset, mute it, create automation clip, and then we're going to put our points in right here like this and listen. Yeah, that sounds nice. So we're going to drag the automation clip down here. We're going to make this, just like the previous beat, we're going to make it 3 hooks, 2 verses. Make sure this comes in right. And we're going to get rid of this part and fade it out. And then we're going to start processing the master bus. And that should take us into about 3 minutes. Yeah, so it's perfect. And now we're going to start processing the master channel. Choose the EQ. Roll off that mud on the low frequency and the shit on the higher frequency, because we don't hear that as humans. Only dogs hear that shit. So we're going to come to the SSL compressor and choose the Dave Pensado 1. Get rid of the analog because it's already dusty. And we're going to choose the L1 limiter do that to the out ceiling, auto release, and then we're going to choose the meter plugin. And like I said in my previous streams, I try to shoot for about -12 to -8 dB on my beats. That way it preserves some of the dynamics and it's not as high or too low. So let's listen to what we got. I like how it's sitting right here. So that beat is done. Last beat of today is done. We're going to save this as Rage. That's what we're going to call this. Save the project. Come over here to export wave. And then go to trackouts today. And then we're going to call this Rage 0426 trackouts. And then save, render. Alright, so this is the last beat for today. I don't think we got very many watchers today, which is kind of disappointing, but we did get 2 likes. We're just starting our journey into live stream, so you know, and I'm a very patient person, so it's okay. You know, people will come watch it later, I guess. But if you do watch this later, give me a like and subscribe to this channel. I'm always making new bangers. Always got new content coming out every week. If you want to download my beats, go to wegotbeats.com. For personal reasons, I can't sell beats right now, but you can download them for free on my website. It's not free for profit, because if I can't make money, you can't make money either, so it's only fair. Maybe someday soon I'll start selling beats again, but right now it's just, I can't do it. So that's the last beat for today. We're going to come to new, and we're going to listen to the beats we just made, and then we'll end the stream. So let's go here, and then go to my beat folder, 2026 April, and we're going to open in a new window, our trackouts, and then choose wave, make a new folder for our waves, based off today, and then we're going to just copy and paste both masters, and then drag these in, and we're going to listen to them, and then we'll end the stream, guys. Alright, so that's the first beat. And now we're going to do the last beat and wrap up this stream. I'm really liking these. And I do make all my own samples now. Go ahead, like and subscribe to this channel, and enjoy your Tuesday, guys.